Hello, hi everyone, and welcome back to the Diamond Express Diamond Painting Studio. Today we're going to talk about custom diamond paintings. How do you order one? What type of picture should you send? What size should you order? Etc., etc. So to order one, it's as simple as go to the Diamond Express website, scroll on the home page, and come down to Custom Diamond Art. Click on that. There we go. And that will take you into get your own personal diamond painting or a custom diamond painting. This one has square and rounds. This one has squares. Go in here and select your size, square or round, 30 by 40, 40 by 50, etc., etc. Add to the cart and you're on your way. That's how you order a diamond painting. Once you do your order, then you're going to want to email your picture to support@dmndxprs.com, and it is right up here on the green board, and that's where you find the email address, support@dmndxprs.com. I'll also put that in the notes for you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, please. Okay, let's look at some of the photos that we might receive for custom diamond paintings. I will tell you that every photo used in this video is not from a customer. They are photos that I pulled off the web or I found in my own photo album. So I just want to state that up front. None of these are customer photos. We get a lot of custom diamond painting requests for pets. And we understand pets are part of the family, and everybody would like a custom diamond painting of their pet. However, we do need good photos. I'm going to run through some photos here and show you what we mean by good photos. A good photo is in focus. It's got high contrast. If you have faces in it that you want in your custom diamond painting, it's good to have those not shadowed, and have the faces close together so that we can crop the photo and make the faces even bigger. Okay, so if we get a picture like this is a blurry photo, and we will probably go back to the person who ordered and ask them to send us another photo. The problem with this one is if it's blurry to begin with, a diamond painting is never going to be more in focus. I'll show you what I mean. Let's say this person ordered a 30 by 40. So what we'd want to do is turn everything into centimeters, right? Make it 40 centimeters across, 30 centimeters high, and 4 pixels per centimeter. And this is what the diamond painting would look like right here. Oh, we need to also take out some of the colors because this picture has hundreds of colors, and the diamond painting itself will not. The diamond painting will probably have about 30 colors. So this is what the diamond painting will end up looking like. We can crop this some to tighten it up, and that would give us more detail on the pet, but you can see this isn't going to be a great diamond painting just because the original picture was not in focus. Okay, let's look at some other examples. We'll stop this one. No, we're not going to save that one. Here's another one. You'll sometimes get a picture like this. We'll sometimes get a picture like this, and even if we crop this, let's crop this down to a 30 by 40. Okay, and we recommend nothing smaller than a 30 by 40. And let's crop this and tighten up on the graduate himself here. Okay, and as we start to blow this up, you can see it's already getting fuzzy just because we had to crop it and bring it in. But if you look at the individual's face, we'll crop this just a little bit more. That'll take out some of the background colors. And here's another thing, with all these background colors, remember your diamond painting has to be rendered with only about 30 to 35 colors, and you can see in this picture there's hundreds of colors. So let's turn this into a diamond painting. All right, and width is going to be 30 centimeters, height is going to be 40, and it's always 4 centimeters, 4 pixels per centimeter. And as we look at that, that is what that diamond painting is going to look like. And you can see there's not much detail on the face. You'll be able to tell it was somebody who graduated, and it may not be the best picture. Oh, we also need to take out some of the colors again, right? And here we go, 30 colors, okay. So you can see when we start taking out the colors, we lose a little bit more, and they've even got green in the face because the computer is trying to do this entire picture with just 30 colors, and it's very hard for it to do. So if you have a picture, if we can get it with the face without the shadow, it'd be much easier to work with. There are some things we can do in here. We can increase the contrast, but then we're really getting into working on your diamond painting, and we do this some. We increase the contrast, increase the brightness, and the face comes out a little bit and washes out some of the background colors. We can work with some of these photos, but it's always best to start with a great photo. Okay, that doesn't mean we couldn't do this in a custom. It just means we'd want this one to be at least a 30 by 40, maybe even a 40 by 50, and we would have to do a little bit of adjustments there. Okay, let's keep moving here. Let's save that one. Here's one that we could do. The problem with this is with any time when you have more than one face in the photo, when you go to crop it, you really start getting this weird composition where one face is in the top left-hand part of the picture and the bottom face is in the middle. And we would have to crop this to get any type of detail for the two faces. Also, you can see there's not much contrast between the faces and the background. So when we turn this into a diamond painting, we're going to lose a lot of details. So let's call this 30 centimeters wide, 40 centimeters tall, 4 pixels per centimeter, and we have to go in and do the colors. We want 30 colors, and we start blowing this up, and you can see it's not going to look like much. You'll barely be able to distinguish the faces when you do this as a diamond painting, just because the faces are so far apart. It can be done. We would need to crop this even tighter, and sometimes it's the only photo you have of your loved ones, and we will do a diamond paint. We will do a custom for it, but it will take some work. We would prefer, if you have two faces in a diamond painting, that you get a 40 by 50, or that the faces are closer together so that we can blow them up. And I'll show you what I mean on another one. Okay, don't save that one. Okay, so here's another one, kind of the same thing, but on this one we can really get in here and we can blow this one up. We could also change the ratio to 30 by 40, kind of the same thing. There we go. And when we, oops. All right, and then what we do is we just tighten this up on the faces. You're going to lose a little bit of the background. We'll try and keep the bokeh in there. But now you'll see that when we do this one as a diamond painting, the faces will be much clearer because we were able to blow up the faces a little bit bigger because they were closer. And then we almost have to take the colors down to about 30. More colors for bigger if you do a 40 by 50. And you can see this 30 by 40, you'll probably be able to make out the faces just because we were able to blow them up a little bit because they were closer together. And we probably wouldn't want to go, if we could go tighter than this, but then you lose the bouquet and you lose some of the fact that, hey, it's a wedding picture. But the tighter you get on the faces, the better everything's going to be for your custom, or the bigger you make the diamond painting. Okay, I think we've beat that one. Here's a photo that has 3 faces separated by a lot, and they're all faded. Not faded, but they've all got shadows. So we would have to do an adjustment here, make it a little brighter, turn up the contrast some, and you'd really want this one to be a 40 by 50. We would I'll show you what a 40 by 30 would look like. This is what we would do. We would crop this thing as close as we possibly could in here, just like this, to make the faces as large as possible, because they're so spread apart. And if we did that with a 30 by 40, it would probably maybe be okay. Preferably, you would want a bigger picture, maybe a 40 by 50, because you can see what this is going to look like, and the faces are kind of blurring out. They're okay at 30 by 40, but a 40 by 50 would be much better. Let's see what happens if we do a 40 by 50 on this. Go in here to our image size. We'll make this a 40 by 50. You'll be able to see that it will make a difference. And we will get more colors, right? Because it's a bigger diamond painting. I don't know what I'm doing, obviously. There we go. Well, there you go at 30 colors. It's better because it's a 40 by 50. Okay. And that's with a little bit of work. It's still not going to be great. Here's one that's just one happy face, and it's got words on it. And here's a problem with words. Let's take a look at this one. This is a great photo. Okay, a good picture, a good for a custom because it's in sharp focus. There's good contrast. But if we want these words to show up on a diamond painting, here's what it's going to look like with this 30, 40, 4 centimeters per 4 pixels per centimeter. And so the words will show up and the face is going to look pretty spectacular. And that's because that's a really clear picture and there's good high contrast in the baby's face in the background, and the background is not doesn't have a whole bunch of colors to it. Doesn't have too many colors in it, so the computer won't get as well. There you go. That's what it's going to look like when we go down to 30 colors. And you can see right here you got a little bit of shading in the face, and that's because, you know, the face is really it's you know, it's 100 different hues across the face with the shadows and the skin tones, but the computer needs to pick 4 or 5 colors to render this whole picture for the face. And then it's got the whites, and it's got the oranges, and then it's got the blues. So at a 30 by 40, it starts running out of colors. And you can see if we did this one at a 40 by 50, let's see what happens when we do a 40 by 50. Then we add more colors to this. Okay. colors, and now with 35 colors, you can still see it's still having trouble. Okay, and that's what happens because your picture, this is a gradient in here. The white is a gradient, and it's taken a lot of the colors away. And so when you get to the skin tone gradients, the computer says, "Hey man, I've got 100 different browns here, light brown to tan, and I need to use 6 colors to render this whole thing." So it makes it hard, and then you end up with a brown tongue. Okay, so that's what happens with the diamond painting. There's just so many colors to go around. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Here's one with 2 faces close together, a 30 by 40. I think you guys are getting the hang of it by now. We would crop this one in a 40 by 30 angle and tighten it in right here and center this up. And this is what we'd want to do with this custom right here, because now the faces will have more details, and by taking out other colors in the background, you'll be able to get more colors in the face. Okay. Here's a family of 4 on a beach. So if you crop this and you just keep the, sorry about that, undo the crop. Okay, if we take the crop here and we try and get all the faces in it, okay, with a 30 by 40, let's see how this turns out. We would highly recommend with 4 faces to go with a 40 by 50, if not a 40 by 60. So we've got those. See how the dad's way up here? I'm assuming this is the dad, and the last kid is way down here. That's as tight as you can crop that with a 30 by 40. And then when you turn it into a diamond painting, you start losing all that detail, and then you also have to adjust the colors, because there's only so many colors you're going to get in your diamond painting. I'm just using 30 for example here, and you can see some of the faces just now become, they're hard to recognize. This one actually turned out okay because it was a pretty high contrast photo to begin with, and the background wasn't too detailed, so they could use more colors on the faces. So that would be about the limit on that. But that was a good picture. This one is a full family, and you're definitely going to want 60 centimeters on this just to get the faces done, because you're going to pull this in. You know, we would take this and crop this accordingly. The dog is probably going to look like a blob. You can see the background has got a lot of different colors of green, so the computer has to figure out what's going on there, and is going to use a lot of its colors to do the background. And then if we adjust this, let's adjust this to a 50 by 40. Okay. I'll show you why. When you have this many faces, you have to 50 by 40. You can see some of the faces, okay, are all good. The dog's showing up. And let's go to our colors, and go to 35 colors, and you can see all of a sudden you've got these pink lips and weird spots, just because we've run out of colors. And you could add more, but it wouldn't change much there. Okay, good. All right, don't save that one. Here's one that's going to be, we would definitely need to tighten up the crop on this, just because the background is going to eat a lot of those colors that you want for the face and the skin tones. Right, I've got all these hues and blues and greens and whatnot, and when when you go in here and you turn this into a custom, you're going to watch what happens to the detail for the face. It's going to get, it's not going to be as good, especially when I adjust the color up here. There. And that's pretty tight too. Okay. We get a lot of pictures like this where a tan animal, that's our cat by the way, where a tan, that's Cleo, where a tan animal is laying on a tan blanket. And this one, for all the reasons I've just described beforehand, when we go in and we crop this, you're going to waste a lot of colors just on the, it's going to be hard to see the difference between the cat and the blanket because there's not enough contrast. And I'm doing 40 by 30 on this just to tell you if it's you know, we recommend that you have at least 40 centimeters on one side of your picture. 40 by 50 is always better than a 30 by 40. But you can see you lose some of the detail, and then when we go in and adjust the colors, you lose a little more detail. And now it kind of looks like one brown blob with two eyes. So more contrast with your pet pictures always works better. Here's a good one with good contrast, and we'd have to crop this one the other way, but this would turn out okay. And this is Oliver. This is our other cat. In case you're interested. And we'd have to do something like this. And that would work out. But almost all pictures need to be cropped. This is Mushu. And I've already done the contrast on this one. But you can see with black animals like black labs and black cats, you really have to turn the contrast up to see how the cat's going to turn out. Let's see what happens when we do this. I think you guys are, I think everybody's getting the, but I want to show animals too, because we get a lot of animal ones. And then when we check the colors, because you remember diamond paintings only come with so many colors. See, that one's going to turn out pretty nice just because of the contrast. The eyes, and you'll be able to make out some of the detail. But I turned the contrast up on that one. Okay. Save. Here's one of two. We get a few like this where it's a couple of blurry faces. The skin tones are off a little bit, but these two faces are close together. There's a little bit of trees in the background. We would probably fix this for you. Most of the time we can, you know, do little magic things like that and take out some of the background and make that look normal, and then, you know, crop it in a little tighter. There we go. So that would look good, cropped in. Okay. This one will not work. It's too blurry, and well, not as a 30 by 40 definitely, but if we tried maybe a 60 by 80, you know, or 80 by 60, we might be able to get something out of this. There's 6 faces in here. The photo is blurry. It's an old picture. The faces aren't very close together, and there's a lot of background noise. Let's try this one in a 60 by 80 or an 80 by 60, and that's a big picture. So family ones we always recommend to make these as large as possible, just because, you know, this one's probably going to have 40 colors, right? And now if we blow that up, that's going to be an okay diamond painting, but you're going to have to know who the people are and stand far away. If you get close, it's really hard to see. So that'll work out. Okay. This is one that we would have to work on for the contrast, right? And we would definitely crop this one as tight as we could. The good thing is there's good contrast between the background and the faces. And I think if we just turn up the brightness a little bit here and the contrast a little bit, we might be okay, right? But some of the guy's head on the right, that's my dad, by the way, getting chopped off. Okay. All right. Let's see, what else do we have? So that's another baby picture. Definitely crop that one, right? Tighten up around on the face on that one. If you're wondering why all your pictures are cropped, it's because if we crop them, then the face gets more definition. And there, that'd be how we'd want to do that one, probably. Here's one. Both the faces are right next to each other. High contrast. Again, got a lot of green background. So, oops. Definitely want to bring that one in like this. Okay. And what's our last one? Oh, okay. And you guys get the point. Okay, so that's how we do all those. And just wanted to show you how to do custom diamond paintings, how we work through them, how if we get better photos and the faces are closer together and we have larger diamond paintings to work with, you'll get more colors, you'll get more definition, everything will work out better. Just wanted to throw that at you. Please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Watch our other video on how big of a diamond painting should I buy, what size diamond painting should I buy. The link is right here. And thank you very much. I hope this helps.